how to calculate your final cost when it comes to couponing. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something a little bit different, but it's something I've been wanting to talk about for a while because I get a ton of comments on this, and I think that people are just a little bit confused on how to calculate your final cost when it comes to couponing. I get comments all the time, especially when I post a deal on like TikTok or whatever, where I'm saying, you know, like you're gonna spend this much, but you're gonna get this back in Walgreens cash or an extra bucks. And so many people comment like, you know, it's not really free because you're still spending that money out of pocket and Walgreens cash isn't real money. And like, I totally get that, but the point of couponing, especially at drugstores, is rolling your rewards. So if you're just starting out, you know, of course you're gonna have to pay that $5 or whatever out of pocket, but once you start getting those rewards, you roll them. Like you can use $5 to pay, get $5 back in Walgreens cash, and just continue rolling it. So I just wanted to explain, you know, how I calculate my final cost and why I do it that way so that you guys can refer to this, and also just to get your guys' thoughts on how you do it and what your opinion is on that. This is a big controversy. I know so many couponers do it so many different ways, and to be honest, you know, you do what works best for you. What makes the most sense to you? As long as the math adds up and it makes sense, you do you. But this is going to be my take on it because, you know, there are just so many different opinions out there. So this is what I think, and this is how I do it. It's honestly taken me a little while to come around to this and to figure this out. But first of all, I'm going to break it down. So you have two different costs when it comes to couponing. Your first one is going to be probably the most popular, and that is the net cost. So the net cost is what you see me doing in my Walgreens and CVS hauls, where I am taking, you know, what we paid, including rewards, and I am subtracting any store rewards that we're getting back, any gift cards, any cash back from apps like Ibotta, anything that we are getting back, I subtract that from what we paid. So for example, let's say my total after coupons on a Walgreens receipt was $10 plus tax, just for example, and I paid with $10 in Walgreens cash. So I redeemed $10 in Walgreens cash. My out-of-pocket is $0 for a subtotal, but I received back $5 in Walgreens cash and $4 on Ibotta. This is just an example. So our total was $10 after coupons. I redeemed $10 in Walgreens cash, so our subtotal was $0 as far as swiping our debit card. And then we received back $5 in Walgreens cash and $4 cash back on Ibotta. That would make our net cost $1 for everything because we spent $10 in Walgreens cash, we got $5 of that back, and $4 on Ibotta. So 10 minus the $9 total we got back is $1. Hope that makes sense. That is what we call our net cost, and that is what I tend to gravitate more towards. If you see me sharing a Walgreens or CVS haul and I'm saying like everything was free or we made $5, that is my net cost. Now, here is the issue with caring more about your net cost. It is easy to get caught up in that and forget about what is actually coming out of your bank account, right? I mean, you could be going to Walgreens and spending $30, $40 and maybe you're getting back a ton of Walgreens cash and register rewards, but you're still spending a lot of money out of your bank account. So you have to be careful with that, right? And I think that's why so many couponers are kind of gravitating more towards the other cost that we're going to talk about in a second, because it's really easy to spend way too much money and kind of break your budget if you're only caring about your net cost. So the other cost that we talk about as couponers is our out-of-pocket, which you will a lot of times see abbreviated as OOP. So out-of-pocket is exactly what it sounds like. It is what is actually coming out of our pocket, out of our bank account. And an example for this would be if you go to Walgreens and you buy something for $5. Let's just say, and you pay for that with $5 in Walgreens cash or a $5 register reward, some form of store money, and then your subtotal is $0 out of pocket. If you were an out of pocket based couponer, you would call that free. because you don't care about your store rewards. It's like free money to you. So therefore, you are not factoring store money in when you spend it or when you earn it back. You are literally just counting what you're spending out of the bank and what cash you're getting back on cashback apps. Now, the problem that I see with this form of couponing on the flip side is that you have to be careful of spending too much store money, because if you have $50 in Walgreens cash and you go and blow it and buy $50 worth of product and use your Walgreens cash to pay, all of a sudden you're out of Walgreens cash. And we depend on store rewards to keep couponing at drugstores like Walgreens and CVS, because you need to keep a certain amount of store rewards on hand. That way you always have some to roll into your transactions and receive store rewards back, and you just keep rolling and rolling. So you don't want to burn up too much of your rewards, because then next time you go couponing, you're not going to have any rewards to help lower your out-of-pocket, if that makes sense. So this is just kind of what I figured out for myself. I believe that both methods of calculating your final cost are important. So what I like to do is calculate my net cost, because that is still very important to me, to make sure that, you know, I'm rolling my rewards and I'm not losing too much of that. But I also think it's important to calculate your out-of-pocket cost and make sure that you're staying within budget. So while I still tend to gravitate more towards my net cost, because I do care about my rewards, even though it's not real cash, like it's still store money that I use to go couponing. And I, you know, even if you, here's my thing. If, let's say this razor is on sale for $10 at Walgreens, I could go buy this razor for $10 and pay with Walgreens cash. I could redeem $10 in Walgreens cash and I wouldn't have to pay anything but tax out of pocket. But would I still consider that a good deal? I would not, because I know we can get these razors for free or less than $1 all of the time. So why would I blow $10 in Walgreens cash on a razor? You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to kind of blur the lines on what's a good deal and what's not when you don't factor in your rewards and you just consider that free money. So that's why I really like factoring in my net cost. I will always factor my net cost because I care about my rewards and I don't want to blow them. However, it's also important to calculate your out-of-pocket cost, make sure you're staying in budget, make sure that you're not spending way too much money, you know, out of your bank, because at the end of the day, we coupon to save money. We coupon to save like real cash. So that is my take on it. I just wanted to put this out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you factor your cost, if you tend to gravitate towards one or the other, or if you agree and you like doing both. So that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed down below. If you're not yet, I would love to have you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.